Hello, my darling. I am so glad you are here today. I've chosen Dante's Inferno as our next extended project. It runs 33 cantos per book, which will make a total of 99 episodes for me to read you into sleep. Before we begin, I found a little summary that I wanted to start with before we dig in. So relax, close your eyes, and lay back. As a young man, Dante tried to woo a beautiful and devout Florentine girl of his own age. Since childhood, they had exchanged in passing the one word their families would allow: salute, health. Then one day, the young woman, Beatrice, in reaction to rumors of the poet's increasingly worldly ways, refrained from the greeting. This caused great anguish in the young Dante. Shortly thereafter, Beatrice died. Dante was transformed by his grief, and he vowed to write in Beatrice's honor a poem unlike anything ever before written. Thus began Dante's famed journey, one that would take him through the depths of hell. Dante was well versed, of course, in poetry, but what he wanted to create for Beatrice was something new and even more demanding. A flexible and muscular form he invented precisely for the new undertaking, the terza rima. Dante wrote his masterpiece on the move as he was banned from Florence by political enemies. In exile, he paid homage to his true love, Beatrice, and by choosing to write in his Tuscan vernacular instead of Latin, he transformed the Italian language forever. The Inferno, Canto 1. In the middle of the journey of our life, I came to myself in a dark wood where the direct way was lost. It is a hard thing to speak of how wild, harsh, impenetrable that wood was, so that thinking of it recreates the fear. It is scarcely less bitter than death, but in order to tell of the good that I found there, I must tell of the other things I saw. I cannot rightly say how I entered it. I was so full of sleep at that point where I abandoned the true way. But when I reached the foot of a hill, where the valley that had pierced my heart with fear came to an end, I looked up and saw its shoulders brightened with the rays of that sun that leads man rightly on every road. Then the fear that had settled in the lake of my heart through the night that I had spent so miserably became a little calmer. And as a man who, with panting breath, has escaped from the deep sea to the shore, turns back towards the perilous waters and stares, so my mind, still fugitive, turned back to see that pass again, that no living person ever left. After I had rested my tired body a while, I made my way again over empty ground, always bearing upwards to the right. And behold, almost at the start of the slope, a light, swift leopard with spotted coat. It would not turn from before my face, and so obstructed my path. I was forced to turn. The time was at the beginning of the morning, and the sun was mounting up with all those stars that were with him when divine love first moved all delightful things, so that the hour of day and the sweet season gave me fair hopes of that creature with the bright pelt, but not so fair that I could avoid fear at the sight of a lion that appeared and seemed to come at me with raised head and rabid hunger, so that it seemed the air itself was afraid, and a she-wolf that looked full of craving in its leanness, and before now has made many men live in sadness. She brought me such heaviness of fear from the aspect of her face that I lost all hope of ascending, and as one who is eager for gain, weeps and is afflicted in his thoughts, if the moment arrives when he loses, so that the creature, without rest, made me like him, and coming at me, little by little, drove me back to where the sun is silent. While I was returning to the depths, one appeared in front of my eyes, who seemed hoarse from long silence. When I saw him in the great emptiness, I cried out to him, "Have pity on me, whoever you are, whether a man in truth or a shadow." He answered me, "Not a man, but a man I once was, and my parents were Lombards, and both of them, by their native place, Mantuans. I was born sub Julio through hate, and lived in Rome under the good Augustus, in the age of false, deceitful gods. I was a poet, and sang of Aeneas, a virtuous son who came from Troy when proud Ilium was burned. Why do you turn your back toward such pain? Why do you not climb the delightful mountain that is the origin and cause of all joy?" I answered him with a humble expression, "Are you then Virgil, and that fountain that pours out so great a river of speech? O glory and light to other poets! May that long study and the great love that made me scan your work be worth something now. You are my master, my author. You alone are the one from whom I learnt the high style that has brought me honor. See the creature that I turned back from. O sage, wisdom, and famous, save me from her, she that makes my veins and my pulse tremble." When he saw me weeping, he answered, "You must go another road if you wish to escape this savage place. This creature that distresses you allows no man to cross her path, but obstructs him to destroy him. And she has so vicious and perverse a nature that she never sates her greedy appetite, and after food is hungrier than before. Many are the creatures she mates with, and there will be many more until the greyhound comes, who will make her die in pain. He will not feed himself on land or wealth, but on wisdom, love, virtue, and his birthplace will lie between Feltro. He will be the salvation of that lower Italy for which the Virgin Camilla died of wounds. He will chase the she-wolf through every city until he has returned her to hell, from which envy first loosed her. It is best, as I think and understand, for you to follow me, and I will be your guide and lead you from here through an eternal space where you will hear the desperate shouts. You will see the ancient spirits in pain, so that each one cries out for a second death. And then you will see others at peace in the flames, because they hope to come, wherever it may be, among the blessed. Then if you desire to climb to them, there will be a spirit fitter than I am to guide you, and I will leave you with her when we part. The Lord who rules above does not wish me to enter his city, because I was rebellious to his law. He is Lord everywhere, but there he rules, and there is his city, there is his high throne. Oh, happy he whom he chooses to go there. And I to him, poet, I beg you, by the God you did not acknowledge, lead me where you said, so that I might escape this evil or worse, and see the gate of St. Peter, and those whom you make out to be so saddened. Then he moved, and I moved on behind him.